Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of Sports 101. I am your host and your professor, Casey Bryant. Now we will see which team has studied more. So, getting started on the game show, let us meet our contestants for this evening. To my left, we have Team Savage. We have in the Kobe Bryant High School jersey, Billy Miggy, and in the Trey Davis UMass jersey, we have Daniel Ippolito. Guys, it is a pleasure to have you on this show.
Thanks for having us, Casey.
Yeah. Bill, do you get mistaken for Kobe Bryant very often?
You'd be surprised, actually. You'd be surprised.
Well, I've seen you play basketball, so yes, I would be surprised.
I'm more of a LeBron James type on the court. But
You're more of like a Kobe Bryant when he tore his Achilles type.
Thank you. That was nice of you, actually. I'll take it.
All right. So to my right, we have Team Rob Didn't Get the Memo. So we have Ryan Cook in the Johnny Manziel jersey and in the Victor Cruz jersey, Rob DeLuca. Robbie, pleasure having you on the show. We've had Robbie before on the air for the This Week in Sports show, and this is the one time he gets to wear blue and not have it trip the blue screen. So
it's pretty awesome. It's your jersey too. You told me to use Victor Cruz. So I'm following your orders.
That's very true. Rob did not have a jersey to wear, so he had to steal one of mine. Robbie coming very prepared to this kind of show. So here's how this show will work. Each contestant gets 7 questions apiece worth 1 point. So given that each player will have 7 questions, and each team has 2 contestants. Robbie, how many questions will you get in total?
14.
14. Wow, he came to play. He got a basic math question. Oh my, we're ready. All right, so both teams will get 1 lifeline to consult their partner, and only 1 through the course of their 14 questions. In the last 7 for each team, the other teams can steal the points. Now, before the show, we had a coin toss to determine who will go first. Robbie won the coin toss and determined that he would punt. So, Billy Miggy, you are going to be our first question answerer. So, pick a topic. Our topics today are MLB, NHL, NFL, NBA, NCAA basketball, NCAA football, stadiums, and pop culture. Billy, what are you going to pick first?
I'd love to start with NCAA basketball, Casey.
NCAA basketball. Alrighty. So, your first question is, Duke just won their 3rd national title since 2000. What other school has 3 titles since the turn of the century? Is it Kentucky, Michigan State, North Carolina, or UConn?
I'm going to go with D, UConn.
That is correct, and Team Savage is off to a rip-roaring start here. 1 point for the Savages. So now over to you, Mr. Ryan Cook. Of our topics, which one do you want to go with?
I'm going to take MLB, Casey.
MLB, alrighty. So, Ryan, what New York Mets second baseman hit a home run in his first at-bat of the season 3 years in a row from 2004 to 2006? Was it Jose Reyes, Kaz Matsui, or Luis Castillo?
Who is Kaz Matsui?
That would be Kaz Matsui. Very good. All righty, Ryan, the Mets fan capitalizing on his knowledge there. Even though most Met fans would try to block out Kaz Matsui from their memory. You know,
Sadly, I cannot.
Yeah, in between times of having Luis Castillo and Jose Valentin as a second baseman. Those are dark times, man. Dark times. All right. Dan Ippolito, your first question of the show. What are you going to go with?
I'll take NBA, please.
NBA. All righty. So, Mr. Ippolito, the Memphis Grizzlies were a victim of relocation. What city were they in before Memphis?
I might have to use my consult, but I can't now.
You do have 1 lifeline through the course of all 14 questions, so if you're going to use the lifeline, this is pretty early.
I know, but I trust my partner, Billy.
All right, so he's going to consult. That is it. They are out of lifelines. Billy, you are free to consult with Mr. Ippolito for the answer.
It's Vancouver.
I knew it. All right, Vancouver.
Vancouver would be correct. That is a point for the Savages, but a loss of a lifeline. So we'll see if that comes back to bite them later on. Rob DeLuca, over to you.
I think you know my choice is pretty obvious. We'll go with NHL.
NHL. Well, it could not be obvious. You're wearing an NFL jersey after a stolen NFL jersey. I offered you my Rangers jersey, but for whatever reason, being from Jersey and all, you didn't accept. So whatever.
I can only imagine why.
Yeah, whatever, man. All right. So, Rob DeLuca, who has the most career regular season wins of all active coaches in the league with 718? Is it Mike Babcock, Joel Quenneville, Alain Vigneault, or Claude Julien?
Oh, Casey, I believe the answer is Joel Quenneville.
Quenneville is correct. Very good. The current head coach of the Chicago Blackhawks has 718. Babcock is second, Julien is third, and Vigneault is fourth, which is surprising because Vigneault has won the President's Trophy plenty of times in his career.
You'd think.
So you would think he would have more. But anyway, over now to Billy Miggy. Back to you, Billy. You have all these topics here, and you can go with NCAA basketball only one more time, or NBA. You can only go to the basketball one more time for each one. So choose wisely.
I'm pretty confident with my partner that he'll get the NCAA basketball right, so I'm going to start with the NFL.
The NFL. All right, getting it kicked off here. No pun intended. I always run into those. I'm the worst. So, Billy Miggy. What running back came just 9 yards short of setting the single-season rushing record in 2012?
Adrian Peterson.
That would be AD all day, Adrian Peterson. You are correct. So far, perfect scores for everyone here. Who will crack first?
Not me, Casey.
All right, Ryan. Confident. All right, I like it. So, all the topics here, which are you going with?
I'm going to go with MLB again, Casey.
MLB, all right. So, Robbie, you're out of luck if you wanted to go with the MLB.
Never.
No, we agreed. We had a game plan.
All right,
Who was going to get what, and I told him I was going to get MLB. That's my best one, Casey.
All right. Hey, they've got a strategy. Give them credit. They thought about this. So, Ryan Cook, what Japanese Major League Baseball pitcher was named the MVP of the first two World Baseball Classics in 06 and 09? Was it Daisuke Matsuzaka, Yu Darvish, Masahiro Tanaka, or Kei Agawa?
Who is Yu Darvish?
That is incorrect. Ooh, the confidence did not pay off. The correct answer was Daisuke
If
Matsuzaka.
you wanted to console me, I could have told you that.
Oh my God.
Robbie
We got some
calling out
tension.
his
We got some
teammate there.
tension.
Things are
Hey,
getting
no,
intense.
it's all right. It's all right.
Whatever,
We're
Rob,
saving the
baby.
lifeline for a later time.
For a later time. All right, that's
That
wise.
shouted
That's wise.
us.
Again, they have a strategy. So now with a point advantage here in the score system, thanks to Skylar Van Valkenburg for keeping score for us here. With a perfect score of 3-2 here, Dan Ippolito, what is your choice?
MLB, Casey. Feeling confident.
MLB. Alrighty, the first tap in for the MLB for the Savages. So, Dan, what local boy from Hopewell Junction just won the World Series with the Giants as their second baseman?
I know his last name's Panic.
We need a first name.
I
though.
know.
Don't panic. Panic at the disco.
Joe Panic.
Joe Panic is correct, and Dan Ippolito keeps the perfect score alive for the Savages. All right, so 4-2 here. Rob, the pressure's on you to keep this a one-point game. Rob
And
DeLuca.
it's got to be NHL then, since we're down so much.
NHL. All righty, he's going right to his go-to here, and this will tap out your NHL answers here. So, Rob DeLuca. Let me see here. All right, so Jaromir Jagr, it obviously very near and dear to your heart being a Devils fan, is far and away the active points leader. What San Jose Shark is second in active points?
Would that be Mr. Joe Thornton?
That would be Joe Thornton. So, a clutch answer here. Saves team Rob didn't wear maroon. And now, Billy, back over to you.
Let's kick it off with NCAA football. That was a pun intended this time, actually.
All right. So now you're getting wise on me here. All righty. So.
We got a lead. Let's be confident.
All righty. So let's have a look here. Billy, in 1982, the band ran out onto the field and Kevin Moen ran in the game-winning touchdown for Cal. What rival school, led by John Elway, did Cal beat in what has famously gone down as the play?
Who is Stanford?
Stanford is correct. Billy Miggy and Dan Ippolito are rolling along. Their first tap into NCAA football successful. So, Ryan, over to you. Again, trying to keep this a one-point game. What do you got?
Try not to screw up this time, Casey. I'm going to take my second best sport, which is the NBA.
The NBA. All righty. So, Ryan, this is on you here. Who is the logo of the NBA?
Oh, I know this guy.
Please do.
Who is Jerry West?
Jerry
Casey?
West is correct. A clutch answer here for Team Rob didn't wear maroon. All right. So, Dan Ippolito, over to you now.
We're going to go with college basketball.
College basketball. All right. The man with the UMass jersey. I couldn't find a UMass specific because, haven't really done anything in the tournament lately.
Yep. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, as I'm sure you're well aware. Hey, the Dukies have done pretty well lately. I don't know if you've heard, but Sean Kelly
They do something
led
this year?
them to a title. So I'm just throwing that out there. So, Dan Ippolito, what school has the most tournament titles in NCAA history with 11?
Duke.
That is incorrect. And I think he knows it. That would be the UCLA Bruins having 11 titles.
Said it, I knew it too.
Well, a valiant effort
Oh my
with a chance to tie. Rob DeLuca.
Let's tie this up, Casey. Stadiums.
Stadiums. All right, the first tap into stadiums here. So, Rob DeLuca, what college is home to the Big House?
The University of Michigan.
Michigan is correct. And just like that, the game is tied. Wow, Robbie probably has an unfair advantage there because the Winter Classic was held there obviously 2 years ago.
Most certainly
with the Maple Leafs and the Red Wings. So, with our final question before we head out to commercial break, the final round here, Billy Miggy, pick your topic. It's a tie ball game.
I'll send us off with the NBA.
NBA. Alrighty. So this is your final tap into the NBA, you know, or have you gone? All right. No. All right. You've gone once. Okay. So, Billy Miggy, the current head of basketball operations for the Celtics, was not only a former Celtic, but also a major league shortstop for the Blue Jays in the '80s. Who is the current head of basketball operations for the Celtics? Now, see, you already used your lifeline here, so the Celtics fan, Mr. Boston, Dan Ippolito, would have come in handy.
I'm going to go with Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge is correct. He pulls it out, and just like that, the Savages have a lead here, and they have tapped out their NBA usage. So now, with the final question before the break, Ryan Cook.
All right, I'm ready, Casey. I'm going to take NBA again.
NBA, and that will do it for our NBA questions for this game here. So, Ryan Cook, what Indiana Pacer made Spike Lee and the Knicks choke by scoring 8 points in 9 seconds in the '95 playoffs?
Oh, easy. That would be Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller is correct. It is winning time. The Pacers come down on top there over Spike Lee. And that will do it for the first round here. We will be back with the final 14 questions for these two teams. We have a tie ball game. Stay with us. Don't go away. Welcome back to Sports 101. We are now in the final 7 questions for each team with the score tied at 6-6. Now, in these final 7 questions, if one of these contestants gets it wrong, the other team has the capability to steal that contestant's points. So if Mr. Ippolito, who would be going next, gets it wrong, Ryan Cook would have the chance to steal his points away for Team Rob Didn't Wear Maroon. So now, Dan Ippolito, college basketball is off the board for you, as is the NBA. What is your choice?
We'll get the NFL off the board as well.
The NFL. Alrighty, so this is your final tap in to the NFL here. So now, Dan, Tom Brady and the Patriots won back-to-back titles in 2003 and 2004. Who was the last team before Brady to win back-to-back titles? Was it Dallas, Pittsburgh, the Giants, or the Broncos?
How long do I have?
Take your time, please. But don't, because the camera's rolling.
Can you repeat the 4?
The 4 choices are Dallas, Pittsburgh, New York, or Denver.
I'm going to go with the Steelers.
That is incorrect. Ryan Cook, do you have the opportunity to steal?
Who is Denver?
The Denver Broncos is correct, and the point goes to Team Rob Didn't Wear Maroon. Alrighty, so now with a 7-point lead, ready to put it up by 8, Rob DeLuca.
Stadiums, please, Casey.
Stadiums, and this is your final tap into stadiums. Alrighty, so now, Rob, what baseball franchise plays at the stadium home to Tal's Hill? You do have your lifeline available.
Let's take a 2-point lead. I'll consult you. We're going to go with the Astros.
The Houston Astros is correct at Minute Maid Park in Houston. And now an 8-6 lead here for Rob Didn't Wear Maroon. Wow. All right. So the miraculous come from behind story here. So now Billy Miggy trying to pull it back within 1. What is your choice?
Big point here. Need to go with something I know with. We'll go MLB.
MLB. All right. And this is your last tap in, the last question here for the MLB. Billy Miggy, who has caught the most no-hitters in MLB history, backstopping 4 in his 14-year career with the Red Sox? Was it Carlton Fisk, Doug Mirabelli, Jason Varitek, or Dave Ross?
I'm going to go with C, Jason Varitek.
Varitek is correct. So a big point to pull you back within 1. But Ryan Cook with a chance to bury him here. Ryan, what's your choice?
I'm going to start with pop culture, actually.
Pop culture. All righty, the first tap in here. Okay, so now Ryan Cook. In the movie The Other Guys, what baseball player does Mark Wahlberg shoot?
Shoots Derek Jeter.
He shoots Derek Jeter in the leg, the Yankee Clipper.
Why couldn't it have been A-Rod? That's what, yeah.
He is a biracial angel.
We should have shot A-Rod.
Alrighty, so now, still with the 2-point lead here, Dan, Gotta keep it close. What's your call?
We'll take the NHL so Rob can't steal it.
All right. That's a smart strategy here. All righty. So now, Dan Ippolito. The Finnish Flash set the record for most goals by a rookie in 1992-1993 with 76. Name this legend who recently retired.
He's so pissed. 77, you said?
76 goals in 1992-93, recently retired after last year's postseason.
I have no clue. And I know he doesn't either.
I know it.
You know it?
Yeah, I know it.
Well, it's a shame you spent your lifeline.
It really is a shame.
Second question.
Can I just guess? Yeah.
Of course, you are open to guess, but that is only if Dan wants to concede the question.
I have no idea.
All right, Ryan, over to you with a chance to really put him behind.
Let me get this.
Oh, yeah, right. My bad.
Honestly, I have no clue who the guy is, but I just want to get this name out there. Who is Benny Agbayani?
Going with late 90s Mets baseball there. The correct answer we were looking for was Teemu Solani, recently retired after a premature exit for the Ducks last season. So that is your first tap into the NHL. Only a 2-point lead though still, so now, Robbie D, over to you. You are tapped out for the NBA, NHL, MLB, and stadiums. Everything else is still on the board to you.
NFL, please.
The NFL. Alrighty, so this is your first tap into the NFL. So, Rob, what city did the Rams play in before St. Louis?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles is correct. And that'll do it for the first NFL question for Team Rob Didn't Wear Maroon. Over to the Savages, Billy Miggy.
Yo, I'll take pop culture.
Pop culture. Alrighty. So, now, Billy, in The Office, Michael Scott has his birthday party at the arena for an AHL minor league hockey team based in Scranton. Whose affiliate is it? And hint, the minor league team has the same name as the major league affiliate.
I know so much about The Office, and I literally have no idea.
It is the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Blanks, and the back of the jersey says "From Dwight."
Yeah, that's a great episode.
It is a great episode.
Scranton, Wilkes-Barre.
Come on, you're the residence office expert here, man. You're supposed to know
trust
this.
me. You drop any other question on me about The Office, I'll tell you the answer. But I haven't watched this episode in a couple weeks.
Well, what we need an answer here, Billy. What's your final choice?
Um,
Take a wild shot in the dark.
I can remember them saying it. Just gonna go Penguins because I know.
Penguins is correct. The Savages pull it out.
I knew that so well.
Wow, Rob was dying for the answer, and at the 11th hour, Billy pulls it out. Wow. Alrighty. So, Ryan Cook, over to you now.
I'm going to take pop culture again, Casey.
Pop culture already, and this is your final tap in here for the
That's
pop
correct.
culture questions here. So now, Ryan, in the movie Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner was told, if you build it, he will come. Who is the first ghost to appear on his cornfield baseball field?
Who is Shoeless Joe Jackson?
Shoeless Joe is correct, and with that, Rob Didn't Wear Maroon has still a 2-point lead over the Savages. So now Dan Ippolito trying to keep it close here, barely keeping pace.
We're going back to NHL just for Rob.
Alrighty, back to the NHL. So now, Dan, of the original six teams, who has the fewest Stanley Cups? Given that, Montreal has the most, I'll eliminate the Canadian teams off the board because Canadians, the Canadian teams have an unfair advantage. So I'll give you that it's one of the 4 American-based teams. So that would be Detroit, Chicago, Boston, and New York. Who has the fewest Stanley Cups? They have 4.
I'm going to go with Detroit.
That is incorrect. So now, over to Ryan. What's the answer?
Who are the New York Rangers?
The Rangers are correct, and the game is getting pretty close to being out of reach here.
I am over on the day.
Oh, wow. Dan choking under the pressure here. I don't know.
My back's hurting a little bit, guys.
So now Rob, with a chance to really put him away in a 4-point deficit.
Is it already phase NFL? NFL.
NFL, already. Final NFL question of the day. Rob, Who is the NFL's all-time leading rusher? Is it O.J. Simpson, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, or Eric Dickerson?
Oh my God!
And our first censor.
I just blanked. I'm just gonna go with O.J. Simpson.
Incorrect. So now, Dan Ippolito, chance to redeem yourself.
Well, let's make some money.
I'll give you the choices again. It is O.J. Simpson, which we've already known is incorrect, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, or Eric Dickerson.
It's not Barry. I'm gonna go with Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith is correct, and the stolen point back over to the Savages. So now,
talking about.
with a chance to pull it back within 2.
We're still up 2.
Well, you're up 3 right now. They could pull it within 2 if Billy gets this right. You're giving Billy a lot of credit here, assuming he's going to get this right. So now, Billy, choose your final
I'm gonna
couple questions here.
I'm gonna go NCAA football again.
NCAA football. Alrighty. So now, Billy Miggy. In 1984, Doug Flutie dropped back and threw a 63-yard touchdown pass as time expired to defeat the reigning national champion who was coached by Jimmy Johnson. What team did Hale Flutie beat? Your teammate is dying over there.
I know he is, and I'm not too confident. In my
There
answer.
was a 30 for 30 about this team.
I've seen it a million times. The U.
The U is correct. University of Miami. It is now a 2-point ball game. Over now to Ryan Cook. We have NCAA football for you, NCAA basketball, stadiums, and you have tapped out your pop culture. So,
That's at our stadiums too.
and you tapped out your stadiums. All right, so that's my mistake. So you've got just college sports remaining.
I'm going to take NCAA basketball, please.
NCAA basketball. All righty. So now, Ryan, when Coach K set the all-time wins record for a coach, what legendary hothead did he pass?
I was actually there at the Garden when 903. He passed. Oh my God, I think he's doing it right now.
You've already used your lifeline, so all alone here.
God, I was there when he did it.
As was I. Fun fact. Didn't see you there. Thanks for saying hi.
Come on, man, you can do this. Just relax,
He
relax.
threw the chair. I knew that. Bobby Knight.
There
Bobby
you go.
Knight.
There you go.
There you go. And pulling out the NCAA basketball
kid.
question.
I was ready for it.
Alrighty,
Except
so
you
now.
had to answer that.
No.
No.
All right. Yeah, so Dan Ippolito, over to you.
I'm gonna go with stadiums.
Stadiums now for Mr. Ippolito. So, Dan, what city was home to the Kingdom?
Yeah, you have to do it. So.
There were 4 major franchises in this one stadium at one point. In this stadium. The Kingdom.
Do you know it? I'm not gonna ask you, but do you know it?
It would appear as though he knows it.
For me.
Just saying, the both of us do know it.
The pressure is on here, Dan.
Is
They're
it
taunting.
Seattle?
It is Seattle. Under pressure, he pulls it out. Alrighty, question 13 now for Rob Didn't Wear Maroon. One more here for you.
Not too good with it. We're gonna tap out our NCAA basketball.
NCAA basketball. Alrighty, so now, Rob DeLuca. Who was drafted 2nd overall by the Pacers to become the first Marist player to join the NBA?
Would that be Mr. Rick Smits?
Rick Smits
Correct.
is correct. All right,
Well,
so
'cause isn't he like the only Marist player to do that?
fun fact, Jared Jordan was on the Knicks for a hot second, and now he's in Greece. So Jared Jordan has 2 weeks NBA experience under his belt, so technically there are 2 Marist NBA players. Got you. So now, question 13, Billy Miggy.
I'll go with stadiums.
Stadiums. Alrighty, so Billy, what NHL franchise plays at The Rock?
Robin, do you know the answer?
Obviously, I know the answer,
Can't tell
Billy.
if you slap your chest.
Obviously, I know the answer, Billy.
They're starting to play some head games over there. They're trying to taunt you guys. They're trying to knock down the confidence.
Watch out, guys.
Bring it on.
We're coming for you.
Can you
We're
repeat
coming
the
for you.
question?
What NHL franchise plays at The Rock?
I'm gonna throw out the Colorado Avalanche.
No.
Can we relax in the studio, please?
We heard a giant what there from our resident Colorado Avalanche fan, Janie Pearson. So now, Rob DeLuca with a chance to steal this. I think this should be a layup.
I'm blanking. I'm blanking, Casey, but it's the New Jersey Devils.
It is the New Jersey Devils playing at the Prudential Center.
Okay.
Just wish I had the confidence that Robbie D had every day when he wakes up.
So now it's a 3-point game with a chance to make it a 4-point game. Ryan Cook with the final question.
I have to take NCAA football right here, Casey.
NCAA.
We don't have a choice, so that's
Don't
why
have
I
a
have
choice.
to do it. Yeah.
That is true. Okay, so now Ryan, wearing your college football jersey here, what former Houston Cougars quarterback has the record for most career passing yards? Is it Sam Bradford, Case Keenum, or Colt Brennan?
Who is Case Keenum,
Case
Casey?
Keenum is correct, so it's a 4-point game. Trying to pull it within 3. Dan Ippolito, you have pop culture and NCAA football left.
We only have pop culture.
Oh, you have pop culture. All right. So, hey, I miscalculated. It happens. All righty. So, now, Dan Ippolito.
Yes.
Henry Rowengartner broke his arm and joined his hero Chet Stedman on the staff of what team in Rookie of the Year?
I will cry if you get
Chicago Cubs.
That would be the Chicago Cubs. So, it is a 3-point ball game here heading into the final question. We will be right back after this. Hello and welcome back to Sports 101. Casey Bryant alongside Billy Miggy, Dan Ippolito on Team Savage, and Ryan Cook and Rob DeLuca on Team Rob Didn't Wear Maroon. Currently, Rob's team has a 3-point lead with a chance to put it up by 4. Due to my terribly poor math skills, there's still one more question that I need to give Team Rob Didn't Wear Maroon, and who else to answer it but Mr. Didn't Wear Maroon himself, Rob DeLuca. So your final question will be from college football by process of elimination. So Rob, here you go. What current San Diego Chargers running back holds the Division II rushing record at Chadron State? The look of horror bodes well for Team Savage if they can get it. Current San Diego Chargers running back holds the Division II rushing record.
There are no options for this
There are
question.
no options. We're at the final round here, man. You got to get this on your own.
I'm trying to think of who's on the Chargers. Is Danny Woodhead?
Danny Woodhead is correct. The diminutive running back, and Rob DeLuca puts them up by 4. So now it is time for the final round here.
I just thought about current San Diego Chargers. My mouth,
It
much
couldn't
like
have been
Dan's,
LaDainian Tomlinson.
I could have just shouted that out, much like how Dan shouted out Duke. I'm like, wait, that's not it though.
Is it Manti Te'o?
Yes.
Yes. So we are moving into the final round here. Now, since the Savages are down by 4, we are giving them the option to put themselves back in the game, and we have asked them to wager the number of points that they're going to take. So now, guys, with your final question here, I understand that you've wagered a certain amount. Guys, it is time for your final question. You are allowed to converge between the two, and here are your question. So, 4 teams have never played in a Super Bowl. For the number of points that you get, for the number of points that you wagered, I need you to name 2 of the 4. You can consult if you wish.
Can we answer one and then converse?
Of course, answer.
All right, we're going to throw out the Cleveland Browns. That's
Cleveland
one.
Browns is 1, so now you have 3 more teams that you can pick from.
Casey, may I
we
ask
need
a
1
question?
more.
If they do answer incorrectly, can we steal it? Or
No, they've already wagered enough points. So they've already wagered a certain amount. So now what is the other one?
Houston Texans.
Houston Texans is correct. So that is bonus points for the Savages. They wagered 9 points on their total. So that brings them up to 22 points. So now, Robbie D, you had 17 coming into this. So now your final question is this. Coach John Calipari has had much success at Kentucky, but a checkered past, having 2 Final Four appearances stripped from 2 different schools. Name the 2.
I got this, Casey. What schools are UMass
Yes?
and Memphis?
Memphis. And now how many points did you guys wager?
predetermined on 13.
13 points, so that'll do it. Team Rob Didn't Wear Maroon is the winner. Congratulations to Rob DeLuca and Ryan Cook. We don't have a prize because we're kind of cheap that way and lame. So many thanks to Team Savage, Dan Ippolito, and Billy Miggy. A very solid effort, albeit in a losing one. You guys are losers and you go home with nothing. You lose. Good day to you, sirs. That will do it for Sports 101. I am Casey Bryant. For Ryan Cook, Rob DeLuca, Billy Miggy, Dan Ippolito. Ryan, it looks like you have some parting words.
real quick. I just want to thank my mother for everything she's done for me. I'd like to thank my father and everybody that's been there for me. I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you.
And thanking John Calipari for his many violations. So that'll do it at
Thanks,
Sports
John.
101. See you guys next time.